Perspective Podcast is fuel for your mind and creative grind. Each week, my guests and I provide the skills for thinking bigger, overcoming adversity, and making an impact with your work. You're thriving as an artist, but at the same time, I think this episode is all around killer content strategy. You're a strategist. You're a marketer. You're a promo wizard. Why do some people struggle with this so much? How did you find the secret sauce? Or to you, what is that secret sauce for creating likable, shareable, entertaining content? What did you find to be the secret sauce, or what did you struggle with in the beginning?
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's been a really long process, and I'd say only in the past year it's really started to sort of blow up. So there's always that that overnight success sort of story. That
I'm here to tell everyone it's not overnight for you. I witnessed it all.
Yeah, for most people it isn't though. You spend a very long time. For me, it's sort of like a really iterative process. So I created, say, way back in like 2015, I'd create something, I'd put it out there, and I didn't have a following at the time. So I'd actively go out, message people. What do you think of this? What can I improve on? It's always like trying to learn from people's responses and their feedback, and trying to integrate that and experiment further. So it's just been like a really slow and iterative process of creating, gaining feedback, creating something new, and then sort of measuring those results. So it is a very much sort of like marketing approach of creating art and content, but then also trying to figure out, all right, well, maybe this is doing well. How can I do something that does well, but also is something I enjoy? So there's a lot of factors that I sort of had to try and weave together. And again, like within this past 6 months to a year now, it's really started to come together into something I'm sort of really proud to be creating, and it's really like popping off.
So to recap for people, constantly experimenting, but paying attention to the metrics and the analytics. Because if you're just posting and you don't know why you're posting, or who it's for, or how it compares to what you posted in the past, then you're just playing a guessing game. And I feel like that's how people get so defeated, is they're just guessing. They're showing up and putting something out there, hoping. It's hope marketing, hoping people will like it.
And I mean, I've definitely been guilty of that, like getting sort of sentimental over a style, or sentimental over like a piece of content that I really love and think is like the best thing in the world, or like a type of art that I really want to push. But then when I actually create it and get it out there in the world, it doesn't get that response. So you sort of, as a sort of creative these days, you do have to find a way to balance, what you want to create and what the world wants to see, or what is sort of appreciated, and find that sort of middle ground.
I love that. So your art is for you, but if you want to make a thriving creative career, a creative business in general, it's got to stem from you. Like, you're getting hired right now for the work you want to create, and the style and the process and the medium you want to create, and it fits your feed.
Yeah.
It's taking you a long time to get here, but you've done this by experimenting, finding that balance of what you like to create, but then paying attention to like how it performs. But you're not like catering. You're not just straight up just like, I'm going to make a piece because I think people will like it. But inside, like, James doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Maybe you have before. I'm guilty of that in the past, but like, I don't do that anymore, because that just feels gross and empty.
Yeah, for sure. For me, it was like when I really started early on in lettering, it was like sort of like motivational, cheesy quotes. Like everyone was doing it, and I was sort of like, I get it, and I really like it. But every time I made it, it was sort of like, it did kind of feel a little bit off, or maybe a little bit disingenuous, because I think, for me anyway, personally, I think inspiration isn't something you can sort of like put in front of people. Like, you can't like say, this is inspirational, have this. It's sort of something that you sort of decide within yourself. Maybe like what's inspirational to me, like an inspirational person to me might not be an inspirational person to you. So if I'm trying to create this sort of catch-all inspiring quote, for me, it just slowly started to feel a little bit disingenuous.
Thanks again for listening. It'd be awesome if you took the time to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and let the comment below so we can connect. Again, if you want to catch a shout out as a future listener of the week, make sure you subscribe to the show on iTunes and give it a rating and review.